You've done the visualizing, you've said the affirmations, you've tried to stay positive, and yet the moment you really need something to happen, it doesn't. In fact, it feels like the more urgent it becomes, the more silent everything gets. That's the part no one explains. We're told manifestation works if we believe hard enough, if we think positively enough, if we raise our vibration enough. But what if the very energy you're using when you need something is the reason it stops responding? Today we're breaking down why manifestation collapses under pressure, how desperation quietly cancels magnetism, and what actually creates alignment when it matters most. Because this isn't about thinking better thoughts, it's about who you become when the pressure is on. Let's get started. You've probably experienced this. When life is stable, manifestation feels easy. You set an intention lightly, you imagine it, and you trust the timing. Then something shifts, money gets tight, a relationship feels uncertain, an opportunity falls through. Suddenly, you're not calmly intending anymore. You're trying to make something happen. And the more you need it, the less it moves. That's not bad luck. That's energy. Most people think if manifestation isn't working, they need to increase effort. More affirmations, more scripting, and more visualizing. But the moment you start pushing, you've already changed the signal. When you're relaxed, desire feels expansive. There's space around it, and you can imagine it without gripping it. When you're desperate, desire becomes survival, and survival energy is not magnetic. It contracts the nervous system, your body tightens, your thoughts loop around what's missing, and your focus narrows to the problem instead of the possibility. Magnetism requires openness, while desperation closes the field. Desperation feels intense, so people mistaken it for power. But intensity is not stability. Desperation carries urgency, fear, and attachment. Underneath it is the belief, I need this to happen so I can feel okay. And that's the key. The moment your emotional stability depends on the outcome, you've placed the outcome above your identity. Now you're not creating from wholeness. You're creating from deficiency. And energy amplifies the state you're anchored in. If your anchor says something is missing, then that's the frequency being reinforced. Not because the universe is punishing you, but because energy mirrors coherence. Imagine someone walking into a job interview thinking, I absolutely need this job. If I don't get it, I'm in trouble. Their energy tightens, they over-explain, and they try too hard. Now compare them to someone who wants the job, but knows they'll be fine either way. They're calm, clear, and present. They're choosing as much as they're being chosen. Who feels more solid? Desperation quietly says, I need this to feel secure. Magnetism says, I'm secure, let's see if we align. If your inner world says, I'm incomplete without you, your outer world keeps you in pursuit. If your inner world says, I'm stable either way, opportunities can finally meet you without carrying your survival weight. Desperation isn't strength, it's your nervous system looking for relief. And manifestation doesn't respond to pressure, it responds to identity. This is where the positive thinking culture quietly misleads people. You're told to focus on what you want, repeat it daily, and visualize it clearly. Speak as if it's already done. There's nothing wrong with intention. The issue is what's happening underneath it. If you're visualizing wealth while your body feels anxious every time you check your bank account. If you're affirming love while bracing for rejection. If you're declaring success while doubting your own capability. Then the dominant signal is not abundance. It's lack. You can't override your nervous system with a sentence. Your body tells the truth about what you actually believe. If you say, I'm abundant, but you operate from financial fear, avoidance, and scarcity-based decisions, then your identity is still organized around not having enough. And identity is what manifestation responds to. And here's the subtle trap. Constant wanting keeps you reaching. Reaching implies separation. It reinforces the gap between where you are and where you think you need to be. The more emotionally charged the wanting becomes, the more you anchor into, I don't have this yet. This keeps you oriented towards pursuit instead of embodiment. Some people attract things quickly without obsessing. They don't need to convince themselves they're worthy. They already see themselves as someone who naturally receives, creates, and sustains what they desire. They don't chase abundance. They operate as someone who expects stability. They don't chase love. They believe as someone who values themselves. Identity leads and desire follows. Until identity shifts, simply wanting highlights the absence. Let's go deeper. When you're regulated, your energy is coherent. Your thoughts, emotions, and physical state align. What you say you believe matches what your body feels. That coherence creates signal strength. When you're stressed, your system fragments. Your mind tries to think positively while your body is bracing and your emotions are reactive. You're broadcasting two messages at once: I trust and I'm not safe. The stronger one wins, and usually it's the survival signal. This is energetic incongruence, and incongruence cancels magnetism. Not because you're doing it wrong, but because your system prioritizes safety over expansion. Now, this is where needing becomes the issue. The moment you need something to happen, you're admitting, even subtly, that you're not okay without it. Your emotional regulation becomes attached to the outcome. Manifestation is not designed to fix that instability. It amplifies identity. If your identity is grounded, stable, and self-led, life tends to organize around that steadiness. If your identity is someone wanting to be rescued by the next opportunity, relationship, or breakthrough, you remain positioned as the one who's waiting. Energy follows the baseline you live from. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you're willing to live as. If you want financial ease, start managing money calmly now. If you want secure love, regulate abandonment triggers now. If you want success, build self-trust before the opportunity appears. Otherwise, even if the result arrives, it lands in a nervous system that can't hold it. And what you can't hold, you lose. That's not punishment, that's coherence. Here's where this becomes empowering instead of frustrating. The solution is not to stop desiring things. The solution is to stop needing them to stabilize you. When your nervous system is no longer attached to the outcome, your energy changes. You move from chasing to embodying. You stop thinking, why isn't it here yet? And you start asking, am I already living as the person who can hold this? And that question changes everything. Manifestation isn't about convincing reality to deliver something. It's about becoming structurally aligned with what you say you want. Because the moment you stop needing it to save you, you become powerful enough to create it. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you're willing to live as. And once you understand that, manifestation stops being magic and starts being empowered leadership. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, you need to watch my other video, You Don't Get What You Want, You Get What You Are, which dives even deeper into energetic congruence and how your identity shapes every result in your life. It will completely change how you approach manifestation and personal growth. Until next time, take care, stabilize your energy before you chase the outcome, and always stay inspired.